Part 2 of the I Have a Dream app. In video 1, part 1, we built the user interface. In this video, we're going to program the app. So we have our user interface. It has a series of images. We have MLK, Malcolm X, two gentlemen together. We have a label that gives the instructions. We have two buttons. When these buttons are pressed, it should play the speech. We're going to click on. We also have these two sound components. These are invisible components. They don't show up in the user interface, but they are there. We're going to click over to the blocks section. The coding for this is pretty easy. We're going to start with the MLK play sort of drawer here. We want a couple things. One is we want the touch down. So when the button is touched down, we want it to do something. That's one event. We want the touch up. So we have two events for the MLK play button. And we're going to go into sound 1, which we set to the MLK speech. We know that when the button is pressed down, we want it to play. When we click this blockade, we see that there's a number of different things here, such as we can give it instructions of what to do when it's done playing that sound bite, but we're not going to worry about that today. We're going to keep it really simple. We also want to add the pause button so that when our finger comes off of the button, we want the speech to stop. We're going to do the same thing for Malcolm X. Click on the Malcolm X button. We'll get two events. We'll get the touchdown, and under Malcolm X, we get the touch up, and similarly we'll go to sound 2, which is right here. We want the Malcolm X speech to play when the button is pressed down, and we want the Malcolm X button to, should be under sound 2. We want it to pause when your finger comes off of it. So we've coded it now, so we should do a live test. You can do this on the app, but since we're just making this video real quick, we have the user interface. It's what it should look like. It'll look a little different in a web app because it's got a different dimensions. So we got our app pulled up here. Let's test it out.
I have a dream.
Okay, MLK plays.
What is your real name? Malcolm X.
Malcolm X plays. Alrighty. So that is the programming of the app. We have one more thing you can do, which is a challenge. Why don't you try to add a third civil rights activist? So the way you would do that, you would add a new column to the bottom row, set the width to 50, add a new image component and a new button. You should find a picture of the third leader and upload it, set the new image to that picture. Find a speech or article they've written and add the text-to-speech component. So instead of finding an actual speech, we're going to just have the app read part of the speech or an article they've written. So on the new button, when the button is pressed, have the app speak part of the speech or article. The challenge is to figure out how to do that. Good luck.